All right, I just took a couple of second break, but I am back. And we are rocking and rolling. So we just got a bit of drums there. Now, the other thing I might want to do is configure the channel strip components again, just to put the sends on. Maybe got a bit crazy there taking stuff out, but we'll add a send. So I'm going to go to a bus, and I'm actually going to add bus 2, a send on the bus 2, and we're going to put a reverb on that bus. So we'll call this, click in the name, we'll call it drum verb, like that. And now to get this to move over, to get the drum verb to move next to drum bus, double click on the drum verb. There it is, and it's not where I want it. So I will just move this drum verb next to the drum bus. Okay. So I'm going to basically mimic a room a little bit here. So we'll go into Logic, into our reverb, and we'll just use the chroma reverb verb. And I've got it already set up on a room, so that's cool, just a natural default. But we'll have a listen to some of these. I don't want a large room, sort of modest drum room. Let's try that. You'll notice nothing's going into the drum reverb, and that's because I haven't put any send into it. So now I'm going to send signal into that bus, and it's going to, you'll be able to hear it. So I'll put that on. Cleaner, but I still quite like it. Maybe just really turn it down. Hey, that's it. I quite like just this. Look, what it's doing to me is it's giving it a bit of life, a bit of realism. These were fake drums. I think they were, from memory, they were BFD2 drums. I can't really remember, but they're programmed. They're not real. So just giving it a little bit of love. And I actually miss it when I take that away. That was really quick, but like just so you can see, as soon as I took it off, I was like, I don't like that. I want it on. So I'm going to leave it on, and I'm going to do the same thing with the percussion and shaker. I'm going to put those the percussion and shaker into a bus. Name the bus, call it perk bus, and double click on it. But I will click on the shaker. So when I double click on perk bus, it'll move perk bus next to the shaker. Here we go. Done. And I'm also going to set up a little bit of a room verb there as well next to that. So, yeah, nice. Nice and easy. I like just having taming those bongos, or just a little bit congos or whatever they are. Yeah, and just a little bit of doesn't need this lower frequency here, so we'll turn that on as well. That lower frequency in terms of EQ space is going to be taken up by the kick drum, the bass, and stuff, and even some of the piano inversions. So I really don't need that EQ. So I've put the high pass filter on, and I'm happy to just keep it around about 180, 200. We'll see how it sounds. Like it thins the sound out a touch, but I don't think that's going to be really that noticeable with the other instrumentation. So I'll have a listen. Yeah, nice. And what I want to do, just find that frequency on those congas that just it shines a little bit. So I do that. I've got quite a wide. It's called a Q, but it's quite a wide Q, which is this the spectrum of how much EQ that you're applying, and over how broad of a EQ selection you're doing it. And so if I narrow that Q, it'll actually the frequency will become more narrow, and you do that by clicking and holding on this. It'll be this bottom part where it says 1.2. If I click and hold there, and I can narrow the EQ spectrum. So that's nice. Now, I don't want it to fight with the snare, you know, and the other stuff. It's just there to complement in the background. So. Little bit of same process with what we did with the drums. I'm going to add just a little bit of verb there and double click that. I'll bring it right next to it and we'll call it perk verb. Oh no, we know. Well, I nearly called it perk verb. Okay. Poerk. It's very poetic of you. All right, perk verb. Here we go. And logic verb. We'll try a space designer this time just to show you here default presets. It's just a small preset that we're going to use, and it'll be a room. So we will try something like, we'll try a few of them, just see what sounds good. It's just something to give it a little bit of pizzazz. That's probably the wrong word, but I've used it. Yeah, so that's not completely right just yet. So let's have a listen. Maybe the drum booth too. You know, it's very minute, but it actually makes a difference to me. I can hear that, and I quite like it. So the other little trick, that we're talking before about those the other little trick is that I mentioned before is just to take out some of those lower frequencies, especially on things. It builds up. You know, we're talking before about headroom. Every channel. It's like, I guess it's like putting on another pair of shoes, and you end up with all these shoes and you can't get through the door. I didn't really give that analogy, but I said, if you're tall and you're in a bigger space, but we can, just taking a little bit off each track, we can actually enhance the experience. So, and the tonal characteristics of the mix. So we'll just take a little bit off here. We don't need that. There. It's the same with the hats, really. I mean, at the end of the day, the hats are not providing any lower information that we need. So I could go in here with the hats. I can sculpt a little bit, with, I think the snare, I did that already. So I've turned on the high pass filter. It's really, really subtle, and I might come back and change that perk verb, but I quite like it. So let's keep going. Let's go through and check our how it's sounding over on our bus compressor. I'm quite liking the auto feature there. We can change that as it goes, but let's just have a listen. Okay, let's have a listen to, I'm going to take I'll remove and bypass some of these settings that I'm not using, or these plugins that I'm not using. And then what we'll do is just go through and have a listen to a bypass of what we've done so far. So we'll toggle on and off with the plugin. So I'll show you here. We can do this. So we're basically up to perk verb. So if we solo that, have a listen. Really cool trick you can do as well. You saw that that was a little bit cumbersome. So what I could do is set up a bunch of just plugins, whatever they might be, on one channel here. And I'll show you this cool little trick just so you know. Okay, it doesn't apply for the sends. There is a key command as well that we could do something, but I can then incorporate, there's nothing on that channel, but I could incorporate I could just turn these on and off very, very, very easily by just turning these, like clicking and dragging down. You see, it makes it so much quicker. So we can have a listen to that, turn the sends on, and then here. Sounding good. All right, bass. Now, did someone just say Apple S? I'm sure they did. I'm sure they did. Guys, I'll turn these off. I don't need them on, but I'll turn them off. They're there if I want to apply that same process. The other thing that if we didn't have the gain plugins as well, I could just go here and toggle on and off with the control option command Y. That would turn everything on and off, and we could listen like that. It's really cool. All right, so bass. Okay, so automatically, what I am loving about the Opto style compressor, I just got that by using a preset Opto bass, and then I'm just mucking around with the threshold and some of the settings. But what I love about it is those sustained notes. It's giving it a richness. It's sustaining the sustained notes. So the notes that he's holding on to, it's actually giving a depth and a weight to the track that I didn't have before. I'll just turn it on and off and have a listen to how much. I haven't even added EQ. Like that's just, I might add EQ after actually the compressor here, but just have a listen to that. That's a huge difference. That's super beautiful. I absolutely love that. So now just give it a little bit of love with EQ. We'll see what we get. I really like that. Just giving it a little bit of weight underneath, a little bit of girth. It's really beautiful. So let's just keep going. Let's keep going through this song. I'm going to take a little break. I'm going to Apple S and save, and I will see you guys very shortly. You won't even know I'm gone because you'll probably still be going and watching this.